What's up, Chris? I'm just tired. I don't talk as much. Pretty tired.
Today, from Highmark Stadium in Portsmouth, New York, it's week 3 of the NFL. On EA Sports.
Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their fourth-year man from Houston. It's Kyle Allen.
Stop here, Dan. 42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic.
And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball.
$5.49 for this washing machine. Small body but big power with range.
All units code 33 now in effect. Lincoln 39 has the air. Use to leave the force is mandatory. Like a Mexican Brock Lesnar. 650 peso super chat coming from Statui. That's, what is that, 900 pesos. Statui has donated 900 pesos. You can take them in. She's dead. And, Dangle sure loves looking at nuts. Dude, Statui coming through at 900 pesos, man. You Paul 9-2. So that one was, that was just a basic chase. We've all seen those a bunch of times. Let's look for something a little more. First, let's go for it.
Attention all units. Code
No.
4. No further units required.
49-32. Statui coming true. Release the air. Lincoln 39 control. You can release the air.
What's up?
Oh yeah.
What's up?
See what at the bottom. What?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Is coming through with a $10 tip straight through stream
Send
elements.
out.
Anonymous tip of $10 gives us minutes back in dangerous situations.
Well, the problem is I don't have Dangle on this file. I don't have him created yet. Whoever that was, thank you so much for the tip straight through stream
And
elements.
legend. High Sentinel. D1 and legend.
This
D1
defense is a
and
difficult
legend.
one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. It's brought up by Adam Humphries. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board.
Sanders got it. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Under 10.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's 3rd down. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, You're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Throwing is Allen on third. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Sanders got it for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
That's in.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Allen. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one, because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On play action, Allen. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Allen off the play fake. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to roam now. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away from the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunt.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Bills will extend their lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away from the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills will take over possession here up at the 44. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44.
I'm not sure, Brandon. We've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And now they'll throw with Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Bills open the lead up to 34-0. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about?
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Another try after the first down sack. Allen.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that
Tomorrow's
one because now
Friday.
you've got a third
Friday.
and showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A.J. Epinesa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Able to fight through one tackle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now Allen. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed, because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. It fights him off. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Washington on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
4th down.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games. Maybe we need to up that a little. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Here's Bass now to send it away. From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Come on, come on, 42 the mic, boy.
To the air, Allen. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Check, Mike 42. I got you. Mike.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, it's Allen. And yet again, it's McLaurin.
Very good as a rookie. Terry McLaurin was even better in 2020. 87 catches for over 1,100 yards. He had definitely wide receiver 1 for the Washington football team.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Mike 42, Mike 42, I got him.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So here are the Bills to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10.
Right there, 56.
From the shotgun is Trubisky.
Here we go.
And that's complete to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 120 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Going deep for Diggs. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills continue to pour it on. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he's got this down to the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Gibson here running out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I got you.
Here's Allen to throw it. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's a give to Gibson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
42's the mic.
Gibson again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Allen.
Let's go, defense.
Pushes past him. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd and goal. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big gain there for the Bills.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. After the sack on 1st down, Trubisky. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now here we go on the next drive for Washington. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
42's the mic, boys. 42.
Now Allen. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Allen. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Remsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to cast those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down at 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Going for it all. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills head on. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Open man here. Sims complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And meanwhile, Allen throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Focus, defense, focus. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, let's go.
Back to throw. Allen. The throw taken in by Sims. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Allen to throw once more. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. A.J. Epinesa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Washington on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Allen. He'll look downfield for Humphreys. And incomplete on the deep ball. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Game offense.
Who told you to do that?
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 215 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.